Today our topic is how to find strength in solitude. Solitude is often misunderstood. Many people think it is the same as loneliness, but it is not. Loneliness feels empty, but solitude can feel full. It is a time to be alone with yourself, to listen to your thoughts, and to grow stronger. In a world that is always busy, always noisy, and always connected, solitude is a gift. It is a chance to step back, to breathe, and to find your own path. But how do we find strength in solitude? How do we turn being alone into a power instead of a weakness? Let's explore this step by step. First, it is important to understand that solitude is not something to fear. Many people are afraid of being alone because they think it means they are not loved or valued. But being alone does not mean you are unloved. It simply means you have time to focus on yourself. Think of solitude as a mirror. When you are alone, you can see yourself clearly. You can see your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams, and your fears. This is not always easy, but it is necessary. If you never spend time alone, you may never truly know yourself. And if you do not know yourself, how can you grow? How can you make decisions that are right for you? Solitude gives you the space to ask these questions and find the answers. One way to find strength in solitude is to embrace silence. In our daily lives, we are surrounded by noise. The noise of phones, the noise of people, the noise of our own busy minds. But when you are alone, you have the chance to quiet all this noise. Sit in silence. Let your mind settle. At first, this might feel strange or uncomfortable. You might feel restless or bored. But if you stay with it, something amazing happens. You start to hear your own voice. Not the voice of others telling you what to do, but your own inner voice. This voice knows what you truly want and need. It knows your purpose, but it is often drowned out by the noise of the world. In solitude, you can hear it again. And when you hear it, you feel stronger, because you are no longer following someone else's path. You are following your own. Another way to find strength in solitude is to practice self-reflection. This means looking at your life honestly and asking yourself important questions. What are you happy about? What are you struggling with? What do you want to change? Self-reflection is not about blaming yourself or feeling bad. It is about understanding yourself better so you can make better choices. For example, maybe you realize that you spend too much time worrying about what others think. Or maybe you see that you are not taking care of your health. These are hard truths, but they are also opportunities. When you see them clearly, you can start to make changes. And every small change you make will make you stronger. Solitude is also a great time to practice gratitude. When you are alone, you can think about all the good things in your life. The people who love you, the opportunities you have, the small joys that make life beautiful. Gratitude is a powerful tool. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. And when you focus on what you have, you feel more content and more confident. You realize that even if you are alone, you are not empty. You are full of blessings. And this feeling of fullness gives you strength. Now, let's talk about Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to find strength in difficult situations. One of the key ideas of Stoicism is that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we respond. This is especially important when we are alone. When you are in solitude, you might face difficult emotions like sadness, fear, or doubt. These emotions are natural, but they do not have to control you. Stoicism teaches us to accept these emotions without letting them take over. For example, if you feel sad, you can acknowledge the sadness without letting it define you. You can say to yourself, I feel sad right now, but this feeling will pass. This way, you do not fight the emotion, but you also do not let it overpower you. This balance gives you strength. Another Stoic practice that can help in solitude is focusing on what you can control. When you are alone, it is easy to get caught up in things you cannot change. Maybe you worry about the future or regret the past. But these thoughts only drain your energy. Instead, focus on what you can do right now. Maybe you can read a book, go for a walk, or write in a journal. These small actions might seem simple, but they are powerful. They remind you that you are in control of your own life. And this sense of control makes you stronger. Solitude is also a time to build your inner resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges. It is like a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. And solitude is the perfect place to exercise this muscle. When you are alone, you might face moments of discomfort or uncertainty, but these moments are opportunities to grow. For example, maybe you are used to always being around people, and being alone feels strange. Instead of avoiding this feeling, lean into it. Ask yourself, why does this feel uncomfortable? What can I learn from it? By facing this discomfort, you build resilience. You learn that you can handle being alone. And this knowledge makes you stronger. Another way to find strength in solitude is to connect with nature. Nature has a way of calming the mind and soothing the soul. When you are alone, take a walk in the park, sit by a river, or watch the sunset. Let the beauty of nature remind you that you are part of something bigger. This connection can give you a sense of peace and perspective. It can help you see that even if you are alone, you are never truly disconnected. You are part of the world, and the world is part of you. Finally, remember that solitude is not forever. It is a temporary state. Even if you feel alone now, you will not always be alone. Life is full of changes, and new connections will come. But while you are in solitude, use it wisely. Use it to grow, to reflect, and to strengthen yourself. Because when you do, you will not only survive solitude, you will thrive in it. You will come out stronger, wiser, and more confident. And this strength will stay with you, even when you are no longer alone. In conclusion, finding strength in solitude is about changing your perspective. It is about seeing solitude not as a punishment, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to know yourself, to grow, and to find peace. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. So the next time you find yourself alone, do not run from it. Embrace it. Sit in silence, reflect on your life, practice gratitude, and focus on what you can control. Build your resilience, connect with nature, and remember that solitude is not forever. By doing these things, you will find that solitude is not something to fear. It is something to cherish, because in solitude, you find not only strength, but also yourself. And that is the greatest strength of all.